On a cold Toronto morning, people gathered outside a luxury auto showroom where a bright red Ferrari sat silent, its engine dead, its pride wounded, and its owner furious. The CEO, Miranda Clark, one of Canada's most powerful businesswomen, stood with her arms folded, her patience disappearing with every passing minute. For weeks, she had called top engineers, specialists, and technicians from across the country. All of them examined the car. All of them failed. Every attempt ended with the same sentence, "It's impossible." But the hook of this story starts here, because at the exact moment Miranda was ready to give up, a humble mechanic from Scarborough named Daniel walked in, wiping grease from his hands, unaware that this day would change his entire life. Daniel wasn't famous. He didn't own a big shop. His garage was small, cramped, barely surviving month to month. But he had something others didn't: patience, kindness, and a deep understanding of machines that he learned from his late father. When he heard about the Ferrari problem, he didn't think of money or fame. He simply thought, maybe I can help. When he arrived, everyone stared. Engineers whispered. Some laughed quietly. A small town mechanic, he won't last 10 minutes, someone smirked. Miranda didn't laugh, but her face showed doubt. If they couldn't fix it, she said carefully, what makes you think you can? Daniel didn't argue. He simply replied, let me try. His calm confidence made her step aside. Daniel slid into the driver's seat. He listened, not just to the engine, but to the silence, the rhythm, the subtle vibrations. He touched the steering wheel like it was alive. His father once told him, every machine speaks. Most people just never learn to listen. And in that moment, Daniel heard something nobody else had. He opened the hood and examined parts the engineers had overlooked because they trusted their tools more than their instincts. Daniel trusted both. Within minutes, he found what others couldn't: a tiny, nearly invisible fracture in a custom part, something hand-built, something no scanner could detect easily. To fix it, he didn't need fancy machines, he needed steady hands, a bit of welding talent, and absolute focus. As he worked, Miranda watched quietly. For the first time in weeks, she felt hope. Watching him reminded her of her own father, a hard-working immigrant who built her company from nothing. She saw the same honesty and dedication in Daniel's movements. When Daniel finally closed the hood, people held their breath. He turned the key. The engine roared back to life, smooth, powerful, perfect. The engineers froze. Miranda's eyes widened. People actually clapped. Someone whispered, unbelievable. But Miranda stepped forward, stunned. How did you do that? Daniel shrugged softly. I listened. For the first time in a long time, Miranda smiled genuinely. She approached him and said, Daniel, you fixed something that every expert said was impossible. I want to make you an offer, not just payment, but a job. Come work for my company. Lead a team. You deserve more than a small garage. Daniel fell silent. His entire life he had worked just to stay afloat. Nights fixing cars, days struggling to pay rent. He had never imagined someone like her would see value in him. He looked at his calloused hands and felt a wave of emotion rising. But instead of accepting immediately, he asked the question that surprised her, why me? Miranda said something he would never forget, because talent without ego is rare. And because today, you reminded me that greatness can come from the most unexpected places. Daniel accepted, not for fame, not for money, but for the chance to build something better for his future. Within months, he became one of the most respected specialists in her company, leading innovations, fixing problems others thought impossible, and inspiring young technicians across Canada. People still talk about the day a quiet mechanic shocked the CEO. But for Daniel, the real victory wasn't the Ferrari. It was proving to himself that he was capable of far more than the world had ever given him credit for. And the message of the story is simple: your background doesn't define your limits. Sometimes all it takes is courage, humility, and the willingness to try, especially when everyone else believes the job is impossible.